dandy favorite carving knife of all time right here. And I think I will take it maybe 2/3 of the way. So I'll just go ahead around, and it's easier if you cut a little at a time, turning it till you get back to where you started, and then voila. Then you can even anything out, like it might be a little taller in the center. So I'll just even that out. If you have one of your little cake levelers, you can certainly use that for a nice, perfect, even cut. Okay, buttercream, right here. A little bit of buttercream on the board. I like to put a bunch over here by this foil to kind of hold it in place. And then I'll flip this over, place that on top, make sure it's centered, then go ahead and take this off, and I can go ahead and ice this because I want to ice it with the board on, so that I'm icing the board as well. I don't want to ice it and then put it on. Okay, so we'll just bring this on out, and then I'm going to pop this in the freezer so it can chill up pretty quickly, and then I'll be able to cover it with fondant. So as this is chilling, I can go on to my bottom part of the package, which I already have iced, and I have that in the refrigerator. See how I'm covering up that foil at the bottom? That way I'll have a nice lid on my package. Okay, once I get it on like that, then I'll use my scraper. This one, the Atika scraper that I love. And I'll come in from the corner this way, scrape that excess off, and then come in from this corner. And then I'll come in from the top like this. Try to keep my corners squared off, corners and the edges of the cake. So you always want to keep this either this angle or this angle. You don't want to go like around like that. You want to keep that nice and straight. And by popping it in the freezer, that'll help when I put the fondant on so that it doesn't, the corners don't get too rounded. Okay, into the freezer it goes. Okay, I have my 8" by 8" cake. Like I said, it's about 3 inches high, and underneath, I can't tilt it too much. Can you see that? There's a hole in it, okay, that will go over the pole. And I actually put a hole through the cake, and then I iced it to make it easier when I place it over the top there. So I've got my red fondant rolled out. I'm going to place it over my arm like this, and then I'm going to slide, using my spatula, the cake over to the fondant like so, and then I will go ahead and smooth the top, and then start with my corners, open, bring it about halfway in until I cover the entire piece. Okay, get any air bubbles out that are on top. Although on top here, you're not going to see really the top part. We'll have some tissue paper or something in there. Open and bring that in. I don't want to stretch it. If you ever see thinness like in this area of your cake, that means you're actually stretching your fondant too much. One more corner. I turn it towards you, but I don't want to mess anything up when I do that. Okay, voila. There we go. Look at that. Ready to rock. Okay, we have a fondant smoother, and I am going to smooth out the fondant here. And then I'm just going to go like once or twice on the sides, or 3 or 4, but that's it. I don't want to keep doing this or I'll actually mess up the fondant. Okay, there we go. Then you can either use a pizza cutter or spatula, whatever you prefer. Keep it straight up as much as you can and cut. Remove the excess, flip it over. If there's any cake crumbs in there, get those out. The rest I can reuse. looks good. Okay, so this corner I'm going to take a little more off. Okay. So if you have any little corners sticking out like that, just trim that a little bit. And then we will be good to go. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is move the fondant out of my way.